Hi everyone, welcome to another EZLynx Live. I'm your host Ryan Buchema. Today we're talking exclusively about Client Center. For those of you not aware, Client Center is your agency's 24/7, 365-day-a-year digital representative. You can leverage Client Center to be able to handle some of like generating ID cards for your insureds, change requests, sharing documents, even making payments, right? But before we jump in and look at a demo real quick of what Client Center is, I want to talk a little bit about what I just mentioned, digital representative. Why is that important, right? Well, you know, we're all in the digital age now, and your insureds expect 24/7 coverage, right? They expect 24/7 accessibility to being able to get things done, looking at their policies, requesting, like I said, ID cards. And if your agency's not able to do that, then you're at a little bit of a disadvantage. Client Center acts as that digital agent who can be there when your agency is closed. So if your agency is closed for a holiday, or it's overnight, right, and your agency's closed and everybody's sleeping, that's completely fine. Client Center is a secure portal where your insureds can go, and like I said, they can generate ID cards, they can request a policy change. Maybe they're adding a new driver. Maybe they're adding a new car that they bought over the weekend. They can make a payment on a policy, and they can even look at their current active policies and see what the coverages are. So let's take a look real quick. Let's jump into EZLynx and let's see Client Center and let's see how this whole thing works. Okay, so to get into Client Center, well, from the agent standpoint, if you wanted to get into Client Center, you would simply select this option right here when you're on a customer's account, and that directs you to the agent's view of Client Center. But what I really want to focus on, let's see what the actual insureds see. So in order to get into Client Center for your insureds, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is enter in the email address that's associated with your account with the agency. Right? So there's not really any having to remember passwords, which is very, very nice about this. So I'm going to select an email address that we have here. It happens to be my email address, but that's what's associated with this account. I'm going to click login, and what it's going to do is it's going to send me an identification code through my email, and then that code is what I'm going to utilize as kind of my verification to be able to get into my account. So if I enter in the code that I got, if I hit login, I'm logged into Client Center. It just so happens that the account that we're logged into now, it is for a brewing company. It's a commercial account for one of our commercial lines agencies. Customers. So there's a couple of things that you can do here, and what I really want to focus on or talk about is how intuitive this is. I mean, if you need to look up documents and add documents to the account, you can do so right here. If they wanted to generate any ID cards, they could do that. If they wanted to create a certificate of insurance, they can do so simply by clicking this option and going right into it. If they want to look at their policies or make a payment, they can do that. We even have this great option down here for take advantage of products and services chosen for you. So this is cross-selling, right? This is integrating in with EZLynx Connect, right? And based off of the integrations that you have turned on inside of your EZLynx account, we can offer cross-selling opportunities to your insureds. So it's almost like warm leads. This is really great. What I want to do is let's click on the policy and let's look at their policy. This happens to be an autos policy. So let's say that the insured logs in after hours and they just want to actually view the policy that they have with you. They can click on view policy, and that's going to pull up all the information. Right? It's going to pull up the name of the insured. It's going to let you know what their coverages are, right? Right down here, their limits. It's even going to show the vehicles that are insured, right? As well as what the coverages are and the drivers on those vehicles. So let's say, for sake of argument here, and kind of go through maybe a workflow that one of your insureds would do, maybe they need to add a driver, right? So they're going to come up here and they're going to click request a change. And this is going to drop them into a really super easy, intuitive design. Do you want to add a vehicle or remove one? Do you want to add or remove a driver? Do you want to update lien holders? Add additional insureds? Maybe you just have a general question for your agent. Your insureds can do this after hours when your agency is not there, or they can even do it during the hours. This way they can kind of initiate the self-servicing client change request process without having to call into the agency. So let's add a driver. And I'm just going to add a driver, and of course I'm just going to put in just a standard name here. We can put in John Doe, right? This is just a standard name. We're going to enter in some fictitious date of birth information. Let's put let's see, 1980. There you go, 81. Single driver's license. Let's put in a fake number. right? Doesn't really, not really true. Let's go ahead and say where he's licensed. Street location, this could be the location of the actual business. So for example, with this one, we have it, the street location, Highland, it's kind of hard to type in at the same time, Highland Drive, yeah. And this is the address here for us in Louisville at the EZLynx office. So Louisville, Texas, there you go, Texas. Okay, years of experience. How many years of experience he's got driving? He's got quite a few. The hire date, when was he brought on to the company? This guy's new. He's brought on right at the beginning of the month. And we've just got through, say for your insured, they just got done doing all of their HR training and getting the person up to speed, and now they want to add him as a driver. You still want to get the right hire date in here. We click save. Oh, it's going to make sure that I put it, and that's nice. Lets your insured know if it's in the right format or not. Now I'm just going to put in a 75062. Don't really know the zip code here for us, but we'll just put in one. That's fine. It's going to ask them to review the information. So this is what's going to be happening. You're going to be adding a driver, right? John Doe, date of birth, there he is, right? Do you want to go ahead and do that? When do you want this effective? It's going to ask your insured, when do they want to have this thing go into effect? I want it to go into effect immediately today, right? Need this driver added ASAP. And I'll put this information in here. Now, we do have some really good little verbiage right here for them. Basically, even though they're submitting this change request and they're wanting to add a driver, nothing is really binding. Nothing's permanent. These changes aren't permanent until you, the agent, has a chance to review them, submit them off to the carrier, have the carrier confirm them, send the download in with the policy updated. So none of this is really binding for them. So they can go ahead and submit a change and submit their change request. The system's going to process that change request. And why we have two tabs pulled up at the top is I want to log into the customer's account inside of EZLynx. I want to show you guys. Let's go to that other tab. Let's take a look and show you guys what happens. So right here we have no tasks, no nothing, just a normal agent, right? I'm going to go ahead and update everything, and look at that. A task just appeared. And this task that got generated, this is great. This is the task to let you know that you have a change request that was submitted from an insured through Client Center, right? And you just got to go update some information, right? So we have a sticky note that got pinned. If I want to pull up the workspace and if I want to look at the information that's in here, I can actually see it. And this is great. Tells the name of the customer, right? Lets you know that they need to add a driver ASAP, right? All of the information is in here for you, so that all you have to then do as the insured, or the agent rather, is just go in, get everything updated. It's already associated to their policy because that's where you wanted to get the driver added. And you have these great little task reminders when it needs to get done. Here's a due date to follow up, and the next day within a few hours. You got notifications and reminders that can go out for you. So this really, 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 really interesting how we do this. Another thing I want to do, can we log out? Yeah, log out. There we go. Log out of that account. I want to log into one other insured account, and I want to show you. So that's from a commercial standpoint. And for commercial lines customers, they can request certificates. They can update, like you saw, add vehicles, remove vehicles, do that if they want to. What I want to do is let's just go real quick, for sake of time. Let's go in and let's pull up a personal lines account and let's see what they see. And let's maybe generate an ID card. And this is just a general, normal thing that would happen, right? Your customer is at home. It's the weekend. They need to go get their car inspected, but oops, I don't have my proof of insurance. So of course you can't get your car inspected if you don't have the proof of insurance. So they're going to come to the Client Center portal. They're going to request their information to get logged in. They're going to come over here and all they're going to do is select, hey, I need my ID card. I'm going to select their ID card. It's going to download the ID card. Here's the proof of insurance right there. There's the car that's associated to them, and this is their ID card that they can print out, and they're good to go. If this was on a mobile device, if they saw this on a mobile device, right, it would download directly to the mobile device store there, like on their phone, and then they could show it to the inspector at the auto garage. Really cool other things to take note on with this account. If we took advantage of maybe the cross-selling option, this customer has, let's take a look and see what we got here. It's going to recommend a home security system and flood insurance. right? So the insured can come in here, fill out this lead information, and then it'll get passed to you, the agent, right? You don't have to go collect the information. We'll do it all for you for these leads. That's what's really cool. Same thing just like with the commercial account. If they wanted to come in here and if they wanted to view the policy, which this is a personal package, if I wanted to open this thing up and I want to see what's associated with that package, I can see the line of business, I can see the car, I can see what my coverages are, I can see who the driver is, all of that stuff. And it's right there at their fingertips. So like I said, they can come in, they can generate ID cards, they could make a payment. Maybe they have an outstanding invoice that they have to pay at your agency. You can send them a link from inside of EZLynx to make a payment, and it'll direct them here so that they can make a payment on their policy. Another great thing, and you might have noticed it down at the bottom, see right there where it says schedule an appointment with me, the agent? This is an integration that we have with Calendly inside of EZLynx. So gone are the days of you having to actually come in here and play email tag back and forth to find a great time of when you can meet. As long as you have Calendly integrated and your calendar synced with this, they can select the time to actually speak and talk with you. So they could come in here, they could pull it up. I'd need to do a 15-minute phone conversation. Okay, well, we're going to send that off to VJ. He's currently unavailable. And of course, we don't have Calendly powered up, but you would get everything logged in, set up, and they would send that invite out. The meetings would get scheduled for everybody, and you don't have to do the phone tag back and forth to get that done. So this is really kind of the idea of Client Center being a 24/7 digital representative. Your insureds and your customers, they can come here, they can make changes, they can request ID cards, they can view their policies, they can make payments, they can even see documents if for some horrible, maybe your customer gets into an accident and they want to upload a photo of the accident for you to see it as their insurance agent. They can do so right here in this portal. They can upload documents if they like, and this is a secured portal for them to be able to do that. Plus, any of the ID cards or anything that you have shared that they have downloaded is also stored right here for them so that they can reference it at a later date and time. So there you have it, Client Center, your 24/7, 365-day-a-year digital representative. It's there when your agency's not open. It's there able to help your insureds be able to generate ID cards, make payments, request changes, upload pictures of their car. Maybe they got into an accident over the weekend and they want to send you a picture of the back of their car that somebody rear-ended. They can do that all through the Client Center, even if your agency is closed for the day. And that's what's great about it, right? So we hope you have enjoyed the show and found it really informative. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.